All right, while I'm hanging out here, let's just talk about October. I have not read my journal entries for October. In fact, there's a couple of days there that I completely missed. I didn't make a goals video for October. That said, I did a lot of writing. I'm sure I did stuff in October that's worth mentioning. This is why it's useful to actually have a kind of look back at my journal. But I know I'm not going to have the time, and I'm not going to have the inclination to probably do it. Maybe on the weekend I will try. On the weekend I'm going to I'll make a goals video for November. Try and do that. And kind of try and shake things up. I know I'm going to try and I will book an appointment for a counselor. That's definitely one thing I want to do, kind of talk about my boundary issues and anger when I perceive my boundaries to get crossed. I need to do that. I'm going to get, it's not a bad thing. I'm going to take off the 29th of November, the end of the month, for kind of a nice night with friend Kim and Ja and friends. That'll be good. I'm going to make an effort to actually edit and submit for publication on LE one of my latest small stories. And God, thought about that. It's November, NaNoWriMo. This would be the NaNoWriMo November. I think I'm going to take the rather longish story that I have, and I'm going to work on that for this month. Is it going to be 50,000 words? No, but I will try. And so publish the story, edit and get it ready for publication, the story that I want to put on NaNoWriMo, not NaNoWriMo, on LE. NaNoWriMo is fucking no more for good reasons. I'm going to, I'll get that submitted for publication this weekend or next weekend. I'll try and make a push to get it as good as I can this weekend, even if I have to. I'll get it as good as I can, and then I'll wait a week, look at it, and then get it better. Do that, and I'll try and come up with kind of the rough outline for writing a story over this month, kind of as my echo of NaNoWriMo, even if it's just 10,000 word story, or maybe it'll be multiple sections and I'll get 50,000. I will not get 50,000 words. If I was going to get 50,000 words, it's November the 1st. I should be writing right now. I should be writing. Instead, I'm sitting home watching Doctor Who. That's the great Mur Lafferty, whose name I should not even deign to say. So, yes, I've got some ideas for goals for this month. Like that, personal goals like counseling. I'll come up with that. That's a good thing. I through sheer momentum, October, I kind of did stuff, but I've also felt pretty down. And there's always the benefit of having a structure around you to kind of carry you along when you're not feeling great. So I don't want to let go of that structure, because I know that helps. Having just a regular routine. I am very lucky to be employed. That gives me a structure in itself. And indeed, because I've had that structure, it's like, well, I'm going to be going to work, so I should kind of try and get stuff done. I should try and do this and that. That has been helpful. So, there's some ways, like outwardly, it probably hasn't looked like as shitty a month as it feels like to me in some ways. had some shitty events happen in the month, which are a lot to do with kind of the boundary stuff. But just also kind of a lack of energy, lack of oomph. I don't know. I don't think it's to do with the rain, but maybe there's a thing of like, okay, we get into the fall weather and it starts pissing down with rain and you start feeling a little bit more like, well, what am I going to do kind of thing. So there could be a bit of that in there. Definitely take care of myself. I've definitely been I took it easy this month for reading. I got into Shauna Maguire's Encrypted series, which has been, it's like, I surprised myself because I think I'm on book 5 of the Encrypted series. And like, I never read things in a row, but for some reason this series is, I think it's light enough and low enough stakes and maybe isn't psychologically, it's like, it's more adventure, kind of fun adventure stuff, even though there's like, little dramas going out. It's maybe it's the limitations of the author, maybe it's the cunningness of the author saying like, I'm not going to have big kind of like, oh my God, we're going to all be kind of wrenched our hearts out each thing. A lot of times, like, I'll read a first book in a series and I'll go, okay, that was enough. And in some ways, it's both a strength and a weakness of this. It's like, oh, this isn't enough. This is just like an okay amount that I can move on to the next one. It helps that, it also helps that the series usually does two. It's the Price family, and we started out with Veracity, yes, for the first two, and then we did Alex for the second two, and now we're doing one with Veracity, who she's finally doing the dance. She's finally doing the dancing that was sort of promised but never kind of fulfilled in the first book. So there's that. It's got enough like variation in it that it doesn't feel like, oh, I've been trapped with these characters for a whole couple of, for a long book, and now I'm gonna have to continue on with them again, and maybe I don't want to. There's enough kind of like, I think that's the cunningness of, it's brought over from kind of romance books of, you have a world and you have maybe kind of a group, but you focus on different people in each book, which gives you enough of a change of scenery that it's good for a series. It's good for a series, and just gobbling up that series, book after book after book. So yeah, that's my review of the Encrypted series so far. I guess I decided to do that in the middle of this, but it's like, it's symptomatic of just like, okay, I've needed to take it easy that way. It's like, well, I mean, I do reading for, my reading is definitely something that I do for my own amusement. It's just it's my entertainment. Like, other people have video games and stuff like that. But there's, sometimes this is less challenging reading, which I think is usually always a good barometer of where my headspace is at. And having such a long run of just like, okay, I'm just gonna take it easy, is kind of indicative of, it's been a little bit hard of a month for me. So yes, I will work on, maybe I'll take a look at it right now. I'll copy and paste one of my goals videos from whatever, August, October, September, November. Probably from September. I'll paste that as a November, and start doing a little bit of prep work there, and see right now while I'm waiting out here in the Capital Iron thing, where apparently they're having a longer meeting at the thing, which that's a whole other thing that's for Jackie. So well, that's her thing with Jackie, and this continuing saga of her chair that does not work, and that she's having trouble actually getting proper service from the people who should be supplying the service. Now, she should have been, yeah, okay, I'm not going to go into that. That's Jackie stuff. That's her YouTube video, her YouTube channel. All right, I will leave it there. More videos later.